I'm Mike Shepard, Chair of our St. Mark's Stewardship Committee, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today, and I will do my best to keep it brief. I'm a relatively new member here, having relocated to Minneapolis about 2 years ago, and as I look out into the nave today, I see lots of members of long-standing. So for those of you who've been around a while, and longer than I have, you've probably figured out a certain rhythm at this time of year when you see a guy from the Stewardship Committee start approaching the lectern. You probably have some sense of what you might hear. And in fact, a couple of weeks ago, I was back in New England visiting a church there, and it just so happened that it was the Sunday when their stewardship chair got up and made a speech similar to this. And she seemed to anticipate some of the reaction too, and she described her remarks as the Sermon on the Amounts. I don't have a sermon for you today, but I do have a few thoughts that I'd like to share about stewardship here at St. Mark's, and you'll probably hear some common themes from me based on what you heard from Reverend Siri and from Tim as well. So today I'm not here to talk necessarily about a one-time financial pledge to the cathedral. I'm really here to talk about a year-round conversation about a word that is a little strange to the ear, but it's relatedness. When I say relatedness, I just mean feeling cared for and having spiritually meaningful ways to care for others. And I think we all agree that at St. Mark's we have lots of opportunities to explore that idea and to put it into practice. If you're a regular reader of the connector that comes out in email on Mondays, you know that there's an awful lot going on around here, and that happens every week. It happens thanks to a lot of wonderful people, folks who organize and make our services happen, folks who select, rehearse, and perform our beautiful music, and folks who create a wide variety of programs that make it possible for us to deepen our faith and to connect with each other and connect to the community just outside our doors. This year, as Siri said, we're especially excited about the new project, The Call to Serve, and that gets us out into the community to work with partners addressing the challenges of food insecurity as well as shelter insecurity. So, we have a lot of ambitious plans for the year ahead, and of course, they don't just happen on their own. From each of us, it'll take a commitment of time and talent and treasure as each of us is able to give. Now, we've moved through some important and sometimes challenging decisions in the past year. We've done that together to get us on more solid ground. And as that happened, it was because, in large part, due to your faithful commitment and your generosity. And that generosity is even more profound when we get back to this idea of relatedness again, when we acknowledge that it's not just a commitment to this place. It's a commitment to each other, and it's a commitment to the communities that we're called to serve. So it's my goal during the year ahead to keep our stewardship conversation centered not just on money itself, but how our financial commitments support this bigger idea of relatedness, right? It's our shared journey as a faith community, and a friend of mine turned me on recently to an author named Henry Nguyen, and he put it beautifully this way: stewardship is not a response to a crisis. It's first and foremost a form of ministry. It's a way of announcing our vision and inviting others into our mission. So, as our 2025 annual giving campaign gets underway, I invite you to join me in looking at our stewardship opportunities through this lens of relatedness, of being cared for and having spiritually meaningful ways of caring for others. So yes, we are going to be asking for your financial support in the year ahead. We need that. And there's a letter that's about to land in your mailbox at home that's going to explain all about that and how to make your annual pledge. But it's an important part and only one part of the ongoing conversation I'm hoping that we'll have. So as you consider the commitment that's right for you, I want to make sure you know how blessed we are for your presence at St. Mark's and how thankful we are, not just for your financial support, but for all the ways that you make a difference for everybody who's part of this community. Thanks for your time.